There is a machine in your local gas station that made about $2.70. The last time a stranger pulled cash out of it. Do that a couple hundred times a month, and one small box in a corner is quietly printing money for someone who is not even in the room. You walk past a dozen of these every single day. You just never learned to see them. Here's what almost nobody tells you. The best cash machines are not exciting. They are invisible. And invisible is exactly why the competition for them is far less than you would expect. Today we count 20 of them, from the cheapest thing you can start this weekend to the quiet assets the wealthy actually hold. Stay to the end, because the last one is the pattern that connects all 19 before it. Let me be honest about why this list matters. The cost of not knowing these is that you keep believing money only comes from a salary or a lucky bet. So you wait for a raise or a jackpot, while ordinary people around you are collecting a few $100s a month from boxes and lots and pieces of paper that never sleep. It's not one thing, it is a whole category of dull, cash-producing assets that hide behind how ordinary they look. Let us walk through them, easy and cheap first, then land and property, then what the quiet rich protect. Number 1, the vending machine route. The United States vending industry moves roughly $8 to $9 billion a year. One machine in a decent spot nets a modest amount, but a route of 8 can quietly cover a rent check. Cheap to start, boring to run, steady forever. Number 2, the private ATM. The average surcharge on an independent machine is about $2.70, and a single machine processes somewhere between 150 and 300 withdrawals a month. Own 20 to 50 of them, and you are running a full-time income out of other people's need for cash. Number 3, the claw machine. It looks like a toy. It behaves like a vending machine with a fatter margin, sitting in a restaurant lobby taking $1 a try from bored kids and their parents, all day, on a floor that is not yours. Number 4, the ice vending machine. It runs on water and electricity and sells bags of frozen water every summer to campers and coolers. Near a rural gas station or a boat ramp, one machine can pay for itself and then some on a product that costs almost nothing to make. Number 5, the coffee machine. A $2 cup in an office lobby costs pennies and beans. And the crowd comes back every single morning without being asked. Loyalty plus a cheap input plus a captive hallway is the whole recipe. Number 6, the coin laundry. There are around 30,000 laundromats in the United States, and about 95% of them are still standing after 5 years, a survival rate most small businesses would kill for. A single well-run store can throw off strong cash because people always need clean clothes. Number 7, the self-serve car wash. People pump their own quarters, spray their own car, and hand you money for water, soap, and a slab of concrete. There is barely any staff, and the machines run whether you are there or not. Number 8, the photo booth, weddings, malls, arcades. A small box that prints a strip of pictures for a few dollars at almost pure profit, in places where people are already in the mood to spend. Think about that for a second. It sells a memory, and memories are cheap to produce. Number 9, self-storage. The American self-storage industry generated over $45 billion in revenue in a recent year, with occupancy often running in the low to high 80s. People pay every month to keep boxes they rarely open, and they keep paying through good times and bad because life keeps changing. Number 10, mobile home park lots. You do not even have to own the homes. You own the dirt and the utilities underneath them, and you rent the lot. The tenants own their houses, which are expensive to move, so they tend to stay for years and pay steadily. Number 11, the billboard, a sheet of vinyl on a pole beside a busy road, rents to advertisers month after month. The land barely changes, the sign barely changes, and the rent shows up anyway. It is one of the purest examples of renting a view. Number 12, the parking lot. A flat piece of asphalt in a busy area charges people to leave their car for a few hours. Almost no product, almost no staff, just location and a gate. In the right city, a plain lot out-earns the fancy building next door. Number 13, the cell tower ground lease. Companies like Crown Castle built empires on this. A carrier pays rent to place equipment on a small patch of land or rooftop, and those leases run for years with built-in increases. You own a spot, and a phone company pays you to stand on it. Number 14. Farmland, boring, slow, and quietly. One of the oldest wealth holds there is. You rent the acres to a farmer who does the work, and you collect a steady rent while the land itself tends to hold its value across decades. Number 15. RV and boat storage. A gravel lot with a fence stores the big expensive toys people have nowhere to park at home. Almost no building required, just space, a fence, and a gate that takes a monthly payment. Number 16, the tax lien certificate. When an owner does not pay property tax, the county sells the debt. In Florida, the statutory rate reaches 18% a year, secured by the real estate itself. You pay the overdue tax, and the owner pays you back with interest. Number 17, the Treasury Bill, the most boring asset on this list and the one the giants hoard. It is a short loan to the government that pays you interest and hands your money back soon. Simple, liquid, and the resting place of serious money when the world gets nervous. Number 18, dividend-paying stocks, not the lottery ticket kind. The dull decades-old companies that mail you a slice of their profit every quarter whether the stock is up or down. You own a sliver of a real business, and it pays you to keep holding it. Number 19, royalties. A song, a book, a patent, a piece of music catalog. Work done once that keeps getting sold, paying the owner a little every time it plays or sells. The wealthy buy these streams from creators precisely because they never clock out. And number 20, the one that ties every other one together. The real cash machine was never the box or the lot or the certificate. It is the habit underneath all of them. Buy something small that pays you a little, again and again, and feed what it pays you straight into the next one. That is the entire game. Let me be honest about the risk, because every asset on this list has one, and anyone who hides it is selling you a dream. Machines break and locations close. Laundromats and car washes eat money in repairs. Storage and parking depend on the neighborhood staying busy. Tax liens can sit behind a worthless lot. Even Treasury bills quietly lose to inflation if that is all you ever hold. There is no such thing as a cash machine with no maintenance. The people who win are not the ones who found a magic box. They are the ones who accepted the small headaches and kept collecting anyway. Here's what almost nobody tells you about the people who own these. They almost never own just one. They start with the cheapest thing on the list, a machine or a certificate. And they use its small income to buy the next thing up the list. The vending cash buys the storage unit. The storage cash buys the land lease. Each small stream funds a slightly bigger one. And after enough years, the little streams have quietly turned into a river that pays, the bills without them lifting a finger that week. And that is the final twist. The last item on the list was not an asset at all. It was the principle that every asset on this list is just a way to practice. Own things that pay you small repeated amounts, keep your costs boring, and pour every payment back into the next quiet machine. The wealthy are not richer because they found a secret box. They are richer because they saw the boring boxes you walk past and they bought them, one unglamorous stream at a time. Here is the one line to keep. Exciting money asks you to guess. Boring money just asks you to show up and collect. Picture two people who watched this same list. One got excited, picked the flashiest idea, ran at it hard, got bored when it did not make him rich by spring, and quit to chase the next shiny thing. The other picked the cheapest, dullest item on the list, started small, reinvested every dollar it made, and slowly climbed the list one asset at a time. Years later, the first is still hunting for the one big win. The second is collecting from 6 quiet machines at once and cannot quite remember which boring Tuesday it all started on. He never found a secret, he just believed the boring list. If you know someone still waiting for one exciting win to save them, send them this list. Then like the video and subscribe because the next boring asset is even better.